Welcome back to the old card shop, guys, and man, do we have an exciting video with lots of news for you today. I was going to make a video about this in the coming few days, just sort of talking about the set and describing how much I enjoyed it, but I think that today, being the launch day, is a really good time to talk about this. So if you haven't heard, today is the launch, February 9th, 2021, as of when I'm filming this, is the launch of these Pokemon promotion packs. Now, inside of these cardboard boxes is a booster pack that you get in your Happy Meal when you go to McDonald's. And inside these booster packs are 4 game cards randomly inserted of the starter Pokemon from the beginning of Pokemon that was released here in 1999 in the United States to today, to the Sword and Shield starters. So there are 25 different Pokemon, Pikachu included, because they're counting him as a starter as well. I think that might be because of Let's Go. I don't know if Eevee's in that set, though, because that would technically make Eevee a starter, wouldn't it? Anyway, that's semantics. And so this Pokemon set just came out today, and I was expecting to just do a video talking about what was in the set, how hype it was, and how excited I was for it, because I honestly am kind of more excited for this set to collect than I was for some of the actual sets that the Pokemon company put out themselves. And so I was pretty excited to go to my local McDonald's and pick up some of these. And so as you saw in the video here, I had 3 of these booster packs available. I actually have 4 if you include the one that was out of its sleeve. And so that was the limit that I was allowed to purchase, because when I went today, as of about noon February 9th, my local McDonald's, in order to stem the tide of scalpers and people just buying out the whole stock of all of their toys, they stopped allowing people, as lots of YouTubers were sort of going out and saying, they were saying you would be able to buy the toy and not have to purchase a Happy Meal or anything like that in order to get the promotion. Actually, all of the McDonald's that I've been aware of in my town, which I have a few of them, and all of them in the surrounding towns, which I've reached out through local Facebook groups and local friends of mine who have been searching for these cards as well, are all either sold out, which is really concerning, or limiting the purchase in some way, in that either you have to purchase a Happy Meal and there's a limit to them in order to get the toy, or you're just not allowed to outright buy the toy, or there's a limit to the amount of Happy Meals or something of the sort. I've heard various different things, and each McDonald's seems to be regulating it in its own way. And so I just did want to get this information out there to you guys. So if you wanted to get any of these booster packs, I did think a couple of things. We're going to step over now from the breaking news section to more of a speculation section, because I do think that if you do want these packs, it's not imperative that you go out right now and go to your local McDonald's and get there before they close and try to buy out everything that you can and get the limit and go back through the drive-thru again. Now, I'm sure that people are doing that, and there's probably more people doing that than I'm comfortable to be aware of, honestly. Just the thought of that is sort of sickening in some regards, and I know that doesn't sit well with a lot of people. It is the reality, though. That's something that people are doing, speculating on these cards. But I actually think that these things are going to get restocked eventually. Now, this is going to go back once again to a problem that I've sort of mentioned and talked a little bit about on this channel before, and it's all involving a problem with supply and demand. Essentially, Pokemon has such high demand right now, and the supply just wasn't able to keep up, or they didn't predict that this sort of demand would be there. And so I think what we're seeing is just the market is gobbling up everything that's able to be printed out. And so there are 2 scenarios I see happening. And these are obvious scenarios that, of course, I don't think you would have to listen to my advice to come to the conclusion of yourself. But these are the 2 scenarios that I see likely happening. The scenario we're in currently is the scenario that I think is potentially what could happen. Maybe this was a small short-run promotion, and maybe they didn't necessarily expect this type of hype to surround it, and so maybe this is the one and done drop for these toys that's going to happen, and there's not going to be any more restocks around. And then all these people who are doing everything they can to buy out the stores and then keep these products sealed and hoard them for themselves, maybe they're right. Maybe they're going to be rewarded, and there's going to be no more restocks, and those packs are going to go to the moon to $100. But more likely, what I think is that McDonald's next week on Monday is going to get at 6 a.m. in the morning, their first thing in the morning is going to get a drop of their inventory, and they're going to get restocked of these cards as well. And we're going to just rinse and repeat this a few times until the real stock is depleted. And I think that will take several waves in order for that to happen. So I do want to just get it out there that if you like these cards, which I think they're really, really cool, you may want to go and check your local McDonald's before they're all sold out, unless you want to just wait until the next wave, if there is another wave, because that's going to lead me to my second scenario that I think is sort of the darker scenario, is that they just completely got it wrong. So the first scenario is that, they deplete the stock and then they restock it the next week, and then you can kind of come rinse and repeat and just do this until everyone's had enough. And in that scenario, we're going to assume that McDonald's, a company that, a big company that sort of, I want to think knows probably what they're doing business-wise, at least a little bit predicted that demand and printed enough to go around. And so in this scenario 1, we're going to assume that McDonald's got it right and they printed enough supply for demand, and there's going to be enough product just put out in waves over the course of the next few months that everyone's going to get a chance to get some. And if that's the case, I don't think that this is something that you should purchase in mass amounts. You should maybe buy as much as you'd like to complete the set and have some fun for yourself if you're a collector. But if you're speculating on this set, I think you'd probably want to move forward with some caution, because this is a McDonald's promo set that's heavily spec'd upon. Now, and what I mean by that is if you go on the local Facebook groups or local marketplace, all you have to do is look at the local listings for what's for sale, and I'm sure that you'll see some people trying to sell cases of these boxes of McDonald's promos for over $1,000. And that, you heard me right, these boxes of cards typically I believe cost around $250 to $300. I could be wrong. And people are selling them immediately, day one, for over $1,000. And I've seen some sold listings on eBay that are somewhat concerning, I think overseas, for over $2,000 for people in Europe who are purchasing these. So that's really, really concerning to see. It's not concerning because I'm concerned with seeing high prices here. It's only concerning because I just think that soon, it seems a little bit... seems a little frenzy-ish, and so it does feel like something that I could potentially see, if that is the case, these people who are buying it up in a frenzy and buying for these high prices. The only scenario where I see where that would work out well for them or for anyone is that in scenario 2, if this happens. So scenario 2 that I want to place on the table is sort of a darker scenario that I don't personally think is going to come to play, but anything's on the table at this point. And this is particularly talking about what happens if they did not get it right. So suppose this potential promotion goes on and McDonald's got it wrong. Say they just miss, say they plan this promotion long enough in advance. They printed out all the cards they needed to, stuck them in a warehouse, forgot about them for however long they needed, and the printing companies in which they would use to print these cards, these trading card printing companies, are all booked up. And so potentially they didn't get it right. Maybe they shoot all their deplete all of their supply on this first run. They didn't expect this massive craze for Pokemon to happen, and everyone sort of is left in a tight squeeze. And so if that's the case, then I could possibly see these packs going way up in value, because they are really, really cool. And so I just want to say there are some possibilities at play here. There are a couple of different things that could happen. I think you should just definitely weigh out all your possibilities before you go in and take out loans on your house or put anything on your credit card trying to buy all these cards from McDonald's. I do think they're really cool. Just to put that out there, I do think that they are very cool, and I think that they're worth buying a few of if you have the chance to. I just don't know how much they're worth paying 4, 5, 6 times retail for, though. Not at least on day one of release. So this has just been a little news flash here. I wanted to kind of tell everyone while it was still hot, while it was still circulating around, maybe while you could still get a chance to go out and get some promo packs for yourself before they're all sold out. But if you are still here, I do have one short little announcement that I should probably throw in there. We did just launch our website. This website is something we've been working on for about a month or so now, and so I said a couple of times I was going to launch it, and something held me up from launching it, but it is live now. And so as of last night, I launched the website, and we're really excited to share that with you guys. So go down to the comments below and let me know what you think. I'll leave a link to the website as well down in the info section here in the bottom of the video. So if you do like this video, please leave a subscribe, drop a like for me. It really helps me out. And maybe check out our website and see what kind of stuff we've got on there, because we put a lot of work into that, and I'd love to see what you think about it. So you don't have to buy anything, just kind of check it out, and I appreciate all of your support, guys. So this has been another video here at the Old Card Shop. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate your time, guys. Hope you stay safe out there, and have another good one. Until next time, bye.